Okay, there we go. Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. As you can see, we've got everything set up here. You should be hearing things now, guys, and morning Jester and Ben, I see you guys are stopping in here. For this playthrough, we're actually going to be debuting yet another baseball simulator on the channel, as we're playing Strat-O-Matic Baseball. Again, baseball simulator. For this one, we're heading over to Dodger Stadium for a matchup in 2013, as the Arizona Diamondbacks are playing the Los Angeles Dodgers. The last time we were here at Dodger Stadium, it was 1991, and the Pittsburgh Pirates had come to win the National League pennant from the Dodgers, finishing up a 5-game series, including our infamous Mike Morgan giving up the first-run double to Doug Drabick in the top of the 5th inning of that game. Anyway, hopefully the Dodgers have put that memory behind them a little bit. Granted, they did win the National League West in that playthrough, but we're not here for that game. We're here to run a test on... excuse me, I had a frog in my throat. We're here to run a test A on Strat-O-Matic Baseball and B on Digital Diamond. For a little bit of background on the story with Digital Diamond, I picked it up back when I needed rosters for my 91 playoffs, and it did the job just fine there. But I was running some testing on... I also ran some testing on Replay Baseball with Season Ticket, but I had some problems with that. Jester's since kind of given me a hand with that, but I'm going to test using Digital Diamond as my stat-keeping program, because I'm leaning toward using that as my main stat-keeping program, rather than having the somewhat awkward setup of having to buy each individual season for Replay Baseball. So that's what we're going to go with here. So I think with enough rambling on that front, we'll go ahead and get started here. Moving into the top of the first, starting pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers is Chris Capuano. His stats should be on the back. Here we go. 4-7 with a 4.26 ERA, 106 innings pitched, 125 hits, 24 walks, 81 strikeouts, 11 homers in 2013. I am going to be playing a little bit of advanced with some super advanced rules thrown in, so we'll see how this goes. But we'll take our first look at the Diamondbacks starting lineup. These lineups are mostly as played, but I have had to make a few changes because because of some of the cards that I don't have. And that's part of why I like Digital Diamond so much, Ben, is because you can get pretty much any season that you want. And maybe I will try Replay again without the P result. It bothers me that you need some kind of a workaround for that, though. That does kind of drive me a little bit nuts. I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to have to use a workaround for that just to make the program work as intended. Anyway, let's take our first look at the Diamondbacks starting lineup. Leading off, we've got, once it decides to focus, we've got A.J. Pollock in center field. I'm going to bring the score sheet a little bit closer so I can actually read the names and the positions here. Come on. Refocus. Didi Gregorius at shortstop. Paul Goldschmidt at first base. Cody Ross in left field. Miguel Montero's catching. Martin Prado's at third base. Geraldo Parra is in right field. Aaron Hill is at second base. This was one of the changes because... as played, Josh Wilson was actually at second base for this game, but I don't have that card. I'm thinking I need the extra players for this one, but we'll see if I like this enough to buy the extra players. And Trevor Cahill will be hitting off of pitcher hitting card 1. So that's the lineup that Capuano will be charged with keeping in check. Move those up just a bit. Everything's set up that my Tableau layout should still work fine for this one. Leading off, we've got A.J. Pollock. His stats, okay, right here. 269 average, 8 homers, 38 RBI in 2013. We are going to be... oops. One problem with Strat, a lot of the fringe players aren't included. That's good to know. That's also something that's making me a little bit hesitant about Strat. Let me see if I can tip the camera down. As long as we got the important stuff here, I think we're fine. Anyway, we're going to be using blue, white, and blue dice. Dodgers are the home team. Capuano being a lefty, and Pollock is a right-handed batter. So we'll get Capuano will get the sign, who's his catcher, from Ellis, and we are set. Here's the first pitch. We're going to start off with a 2-6. 2-6 will be on Pollock's card against a left-handed pitcher. 2-6. That's going to be a 7, and Pollock's going to lead the game off with a double. So I'll come over to Digital Diamond and pitch. Swing, that's going to be a double. Finding my pen. So yeah, bear with me a little bit as I'm getting the feel for everything here. And we've already got a bit of a jam here. Okay, that's good to know, Jester, that they're working on figuring out the problem. And here's Didi Gregorius at shortstop. He had 252 average, 7 homers, 28 RBI in 2013. You're probably going to hear me call this the strategy roll, just out of habit from inside pitch. But let's see if there's anything going on the base paths. That's a 3, so just barely nothing going on here. Capuano already in a jam as Pollock has gotten on with a leadoff double. Capuano will get the sign from Ellis. I will try not to drop the die, and I believe... I'm looking at the pickoff and box because I'll be using that as well. When rolling for a lead, Pollock's not going to try to steal third here. So Capuano will get the sign from Ellis. He will set, and here's the pitch. We're going to go with a 4-6, which is going to be Capuano against the left-handed batter. 4-6, that'll be a fly ball into center field, and I believe a B on a fly ball is the runner advances. Runner on third scores, other runners hold, so never mind that. So that's going to be I think we established that's going to be a 4-6, and that's going to be an F8B. I hope it'll have a shortcut for that. Let's just make sure that goes. Yep, okay, so that's going to be an F8. One out there. And stepping into the batter's box now is Paul Goldschmidt. 302 average, 36 homers, 125 RBI in 2013. See if anything's happening on the base paths. That's a 20, nothing happening. An inside pitch we'd be turning, and an inside pitch, the pitcher would be turning and firing over to second. They think one drive is the problem. Even with both computers, I don't install on OneDrive. Capuano gets the sign from Ellis, and here's the pitch. Let's see, we're going to go with a 3-6, which will be against the left-handed pitcher. 3-6. It's going to be a ground ball over to short, and the runner will hold. That's going to be a G6A. Two outs in the inning. Pollock's still on second base. The Diamondbacks have not been able to get him over yet, as the peg goes rolling around. Here's Cody Ross. 278 average, 8 homers, 38 RBI in 2013. We will see in a second if there's anything happening once I tab back into OBS so I can see you guys in chat. We'll see if there's anything happening on the base paths. There is nothing happening on the base paths. Pollock still not going anywhere. So Capuano gets the sign from Ellis, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 4-5 against a right-handed batter. 4-5. That's going to be a strikeout, and that will retire the side. I'm not going to bother with swinging or called third strikes in this one, just because I don't really know how to do that just yet. But we'll content ourselves with the Diamondbacks stranding a leadoff double on the base paths, and we'll move into the bottom of the first. As the Diamondbacks now start getting loose in the field in just a second, we'll take our first look at the Dodgers starting lineup. This one also had a small change because I don't have D. Gordon, so we had to change a we had to make a change at shortstop. I'll finish making the change here. Okay, that makes sense. If it's on the batter card, it's a swinging strike. If it's on the pitcher card, it's a called strike. That actually makes sense. Bring the score sheet over so I can actually read positions. Leading off for the Dodgers, we've got Carl Crawford in left field. Nick Punto is at second base. Adrian Gonzalez is at first base. Matt Kemp is in center field. Andre Ethier is in right field. A.J. Ellis is catching. Juan Uribe is at third base. Here's our change. Michael Young is at shortstop. And Chris Capuano also hits off of pitcher hitting card 1. And yeah, Digital Diamond doesn't track that. That's the swinging versus called third strikes has always been a purely narrative detail. Finish getting everything reset. And stepping into the batter's box to lead off for the Dodgers in the bottom of the first, we have Carl Crawford, 283 average, 6 homers, 31 RBI in 2013. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I generally don't worry about the umpires too much in this one, but like I said, I usually don't look it up. Anyway, Cahill will look in at Montero for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. We're going to go with a 3-4, which will be coming off of Crawford's card against a right-handed pitcher. 3-4, that's going to be a ground ball over to short. Picking that one up for the Diamondbacks is going to be Gregorius. He'll make the play, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Reaching over. 1 out, and here's Nick Punto into the batter's box. 255 average, 2 homers, 21 RBI in 2013. Cahill looking into Montero for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. Up, get the D20 in there. That's going to be a 6-9, which will be against he's a right-handed pitcher, so that'll be against a left-handed batter. 6-9. That's going to be a fly ball into center field. Getting under that one for the Diamondbacks is going to be Pollock. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 2. Two outs, and here's Adrian Gonzalez stepping into the batter's box. 293 average, 22 homers, 100 RBI in 2013. Cahill gets the sign from Montero. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 1-6. 1 coming off of Gonzalez's card, a 1-6. That's going to be a strikeout, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Dodgers, and we have no score after 1. We'll let Digital Diamond catch up. Resetting everything here. Now, I probably won't be doing too much with stat keeping until, like I said, until I get into the World Series, because I do pick a World Series MVP. Stepping into the batter's box here is Miguel Montero, 230 average, 11 homers, 42 RBI, in 2013. Catching up with chat real quick. Being a bit facetious about the umps. Good to know, but none of them are allowed on this diamond. Anyway, Capuano will look into Ellis for the sign. He will set, and here's. You need me to do what now? Load the program later today. Check my admin tab when I have my season loaded, and see where my league distribution settings. What are you looking at on that, Jester? Just out of curiosity. Anyway, Capuano looks into Ellis for the sign, and here's the pitch. We're going to go with a 1-6, which will be a 1 against the left-handed batter. And we see a single 1-9, ground ball to second base on a 10-20. That's a 4. Montero will lead off with a base hit. Let me get that into Digital Diamond. Oop. There we are. So now we should end up with Montero at second with the second Diamondbacks hit of the day. Dodgers will go to double play depth. I know it's not going to be a thing for much longer, but I'm still in the habit of it. Here's Martin Prado stepping into the batter's box. Take a look at his stats. 282 average, 14 homers, 82 RBI in 2013. They're not going to pretend to hold Montero at first because he's got no steal rating. But we will check to see if there's anything happening on the base paths. There is not on the 3. Capuano, we'll look into Ellis for the sign. List my default folder, see if it shows OneDrive like his does. I'll take a look at that later. I want to keep things rolling here. Montero will get Capuano will get the sign from Ellis. He will set, and here's the pitch. Let's see, that's going to be a 4-8 against a right-handed batter. 4-8, that's a base hit into left field. Which should put Montero at second. Let's see, was there any base advancement on that? That was a 4-8. There's no base advancement. So that should be just a straight 1B. So we should end up with Montero at second, Prado at first. Yep, perfect. And stepping into the batter's box now, we've got Gerardo Parra, 268 average, 10 homers, 48 RBI in 2013. Still not holding Montero, so no real need to check if anybody's being held. See if anything's happening on the base paths. Not on the 15. Capuano, now in more than a little bit of trouble here. Capuano looking into Ellis for the sign. Suddenly we've got runners on first and second with nobody out. Capuano gets the sign from Ellis. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 5-10. That should be coming off the pitcher card against the left-handed batter. 5-10. That's going to be a ground ball to shortstop, but there's an X there, so we have to go to a fielding play. So, where are my range charts? Oh, right. All right, so shortstop. Here we go. So the shortstop for the Dodgers is Young. His range, I believe, is his range at short, I believe, is a 5, if I'm reading that correctly. Jester, maybe you or Ben can double check me on that, but I believe his range is the 5 there. The SS-5 should indicate his 5 range. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but don't quote me on that. No stars listed. It's an open chance for base runners to go an extra base. Good to know. All right, so the shortstop, that's what I'm going to go with. That 5 is the range. So Young, which will bring us to the D20. That's a 17, and he will get to that. The only question is what happens with it. So we also have to check on the error rating. His error rating is a 14, which is right here, and that takes I think that's a D20 roll after that, if I remember correctly. Judging by the numbers, 5 is worse, right? It's either a D. I think it's 3D6 actually that you check on that. So his error rating we established was a 14. That's an 11, which is not there. I'm using Super Advanced for fielding because that was suggested when. So I've got my Super Advanced fielding chart right here. Judging by the numbers, it looks like it's a 3D6 roll. And I check for, so E14, 11's not listed there, so there's no error there. That's what I thought, it's 3D6. Okay, and check the row of the error numbers. So yeah, there was no error there, but I believe on so it was a ground ball. Where was I looking at? It was a ground ball shortstop X. I should probably have noted the play here. I believe it was a 4, no. I think it was a 5-10. It was a shortstop X. So since there was no error, I think... Would you just have normal base advancement at that point? Because it didn't specify the... Alright, catch you later, Jester. It didn't specify any kind of A, B, or C, so I think... Would it... Go back to the range section. So it was just a... Under the 5 column, it was a 17. So they would get the double play then. So would they get the double play then? Or... Let's see, range. It's not here. Wait, let me look at the right... It would help if I look at the right position and not be an idiot. On the shortstop, on the range chart section, Ben, this is all I see. I just see the... So 17 on a 5, all I see here is G3. Which, I'm probably going to be an idiot with that. No error, so we refer to the following chart and look up. So under G3, no error, refer to the following chart. Base is empty, first and second, so it looks like with the infield normal, it looks like you'd have runner advancement. Am I... Yep, I'm on the G3 section. There was no error or range play on that one. So it's just going to, I presume this, actually, so runner advance, batters out, all runners advance 1 base. So it looks like we should end up with Montero on third, Prado on second, Parra thrown out at first. Now I need to figure out how to put that in Digital Diamond. So that should be a G6. Stand by while I get the board game companion out on this one. So it's going to be... Actually, there's got to be a shortcut for this. So G6... So G6C is probably how I'm going to enter that. Because I should end up with... So I should end up with Parra out and Montero and Prado on second and third, and that's where I get to. Sorry for the delay there. That took me a little bit of a conundrum. So now we're at 1 out. The infield is going to play in, and here's Aaron Hill stepping into the batter's box. 291 average, 11 homers, 41 RBI in 2013. Yeah, I ran a test game on this on Tuesday, and I did see in the companion guide that there are shortcuts for Strat. We'll see if anything's happening on the base paths. Nothing happening on the 6. Capuano is in major trouble here. So let's see what happens on the play here. Capuano will look in at Ellis for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. All right, that's going to be a 4-11. So against a right-handed batter, 4-11 is going to be a fly ball to left field X. Oh, delightful. All right, so let me find the outfield fielding chart. So that's going to be an 8. Outfielder is... So the left fielder is that... Right. Left fielder's Crawford. His range is a 2. All right, an 8. That's going to be an F2, so it looks like he's going to get to that one. But let's see if there's an error on that one. His error rating is a 7. Let's see, 178. There's going to be no error on that one. So that, what we established? That was an F2. And no error, fly out. So Crawford will make the catch, but Montero will come in to score at the very least on that one. All right, so that's an F8. That'll bring Montero in. Prado is going to... As running speed plus fielder's arm. So 1 to 13, Crawford's a +2. 1 to 15, he's safe. You believe F2. So here's what I'm looking at on the super advanced chart. No, we had no range play, no problem there. Fly out if there's a runner on third, he scores. Runner on second may tag up and try to advance. Compute safe chances as running speed plus outfielder's arm. So that would be a 1 to 15 for him to try to take third. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at here, Ben. I'm looking at the F2 box under no because there was nothing special happening there. Fly out if there's a runner on third, he scores. Runner on second may tag up and try to advance and compute the safe chance. So on a 1 to 15, so at the very least 2 out. I think Prato's going to try it. He's got a pretty good chance. 1 to 15, he's safe. That's a 19. He's going to be thrown out trying to take third, and that will retire the side. But Montero does score. So that should end up as an F. That was a Crawford. That was an F7. And I've got to remember that. Digital Diamond reverses it for some reason. So I need to end up with. Okay, so here's where it's going to get tricky. I need to end up with Montero scoring, but Prato thrown out. So bear with me while I look for the syntax on that. So that should be an F9. Yeah, the run scores before Prato gets gunned down. That's what I'm trying to get to. So probably, I wonder if it's going to end up being something. Yeah, it's going to be. So F8, R3, 1, R2, X1. So R3. What is he saying? R3, 1, R2, X1. All right, let's go with that. We'll see if that gives me what I want. Montero scores perfect. All right, so we end up with the Diamondbacks leading 1-0 heading into the bottom of the second. Thanks for the help on that, Ben. I know that was very convoluted to get to. All right, so Hill, Prado is the 6th hitter, and Montero, I was going to say disappeared on me for a minute, but there he is. So now we're getting ready for the bottom of the second. Leading off the bottom of the second for the Dodgers, we have Matt Kemp. 270 average, 6 homers, 33 RBI in 2013. Cahill will look into Montero for the sign, suddenly with a 1-0 lead. Runner thrown out at third, yes. Prado was thrown out on a 19 trying to advance on a 1 to 15. So that's where I was trying to get to. Thank you again for your help on that. Cahill looks into Montero for the sign, and here's the pitch. We're going to go with a 2-5, and that'll be against a right-handed pitcher, so a 2-5. That's going to be a base hit. Kemp will lead off with a... Let's see, so that Prado should be 3. There we go. All right, so as we established, Kemp will lead off with a base hit. That's where we were going. Diamondbacks will go to double play depth, and here's Andre Ethier. 272 average, 12 homers, 52 RBI in 2013. First things first, we'll see if anything's happening on the base paths. Nothing happening on the 7. The Diamondbacks are going to try to hold Kemp at first. We'll see if he can get the jump, which is a 2d6 plus a d20 for the pickoffs and balks. He does get the jump, and there's no pickoff rating, so he would be a 20 plus 5 is a 25. The hold rating is Oh, the arm for the catcher is a -3 arm, so that's a 22. Kemp, at a 22, there's automatically no throw, so Kemp will take second. Actually, it probably maxes out at 1 to 19, I would think. But let me just look at this real quick. Does it max out at... It doesn't say anything about maxing out on... Can't be higher than 19. Okay, that's what I thought. So Kemp will be trying to take second. Even there's no automatic stolen base, even with the range topping out over 20, but I guess a 1 to 19 anyway, Kemp will be safe. That's a 19, so close play, but Kemp will still get to second on the stolen base. So bear with me while I enter that in. Hopefully it's going to be something just as simple as R1SB. Let's find out. Of course not, because that would make my life too easy. Oh, steel. Let's try steel 2B. See if that gets us where we want to go. Okay, apparently not. Oh, let's just try steel. I'm trying to specify that. Let's try 1B steel. Wait, did I not put Kemp on? Hold on, something didn't work right. All right, let's try this again. Okay, there we go. Took me a little bit to get there. Apparently I'd never put Kemp on base with the play on digital diamond. Silly me. Anyway, now we'll re-roll to see if there's anything new happening on the base paths. There is nothing happening on the base paths with a 20. That does take away the double play from the Diamondbacks, though, as Kemp now finds himself at second. Cahill looking into Montero for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. Let's go with a 5-2 against a left-handed batter. 5-2 is going to be a ground ball right back to the pitcher with an X play. So we've got another range play coming up. Let's find the right chart. Here's the pitcher. Cahill's range is... Where is his range? Oh, it's a 3. So his range is a 3. That's a 6, so he will get to that on a G3. So G3. And then moving over to the pitcher section, his error rating is a 0. Let's see, that's a 14, so nothing happening there. So that was a G3 on a pitcher rating, better. So refer to the following chart. Runner on second. So right being... Range is next to the fatigue stats, but the E rating is more in the middle. Yeah, that... Because having them together like they're on the batter card would make too much sense, and we can't have that now, can we? All right, so right being... So ball is hit right back to the pitcher. Hit to first or second. No, I think batter's out and the runner holds is kind of what I'm getting out of that. So that's going to be a G1. Now how do I get to runner holds? Hey Doug, it's going pretty well for the most part. We're doing some testing on Strat-O-Matic and digital diamond. So I'm just trying to figure out now how I get to a command in digital diamond where grounded to the pitcher, runner at second holds. So that's going to be G1. Actually, that's probably going to be G1B, I think. Actually, let's go for... Let's go... it looks like G1B is where I want to get to on that. Because I want to get to... Like I said, I want to get to Ethier out, Kemp holds. There we go. Got it. Took me a little bit of a problem there. My apologies if I'm kind of playing this at a very plodding, slow pace. This is my first time ever putting both Digital Diamond and Strat-O-Matic on the channel. Here's A.J. Ellis stepping into the batter's box. 238 average, 10 homers, 52 RBI in 2013. Taking a look at what's happening on the base paths. And nothing happening on the 9. Kemp is not going to try to get the jump at second. Cahill looking into Montero for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. We're going to go with a 3-9 against a right-handed pitcher, a 3-9. And boom! High, deep, gone. Home run, A.J. Ellis. A 3-9 is the 3-9 on Ellis's card against a right-handed pitcher is a home run on a 1-20. The D20 roll is a 6, and ball go far. That should be fairly simple to enter into Digital Diamond, as the Dodgers will take a 2-1 lead on the bomb by A.J. Ellis. Stadium cheers. Yay! And unlike the Diamondbacks, who couldn't do anything with a leadoff double, the Dodgers are able to do something with a single and a stolen base. Here's Juan Uribe. Once it decides to focus, 278 average, 12 homers, 50 RBI in 2013. Yeah, that was pretty easy to enter. I was hoping ball go far would have actually worked, but I knew it wasn't going to. Cahill gets the sign from Montero. He will set, and here's the pitch. We're going to go with a 4-12 against a right-handed pitcher, or against a right-handed batter. 4-12. Uh-oh. Do we have back-to-back jacks? He's got normal power, and we have back-to-back jacks with a boom! High, deep, gone. Home run, Juan Uribe. Score all of a sudden. The Dodgers are starting to take control. I think the memories of their 1991 NLCS loss to the Pirates are definitely taking shape here. 3-1 now in favor of the Dodgers. Stadium cheering again. Yay! And here's Michael Young, 279 average, 8 homers, 46 RBI in 2013. Cahill now suddenly in a bit of trouble. Yeah, that was definitely one thing Jester drove home when he was doing his strat learning on Thursday. To make sure I check the pitcher card, or check the power on a pitcher home run card. Cahill gets the sign from Montero after serving up 2 consecutive sausages and having them turned into pizza. He will set, and here's the pitch. We're going to go with a 4-11, so that's going to be against a right-handed batter. 4-11. That's a base hit into center field. So the Dodgers suddenly have a hit parade going on here. As I'm entering stuff in and getting set up, I'm sure chat will bring you up to speed on everything going on, Jester. Infield will move to double play depth, and here's our first time looking at Chris Capuano on the batters, in the batter's box. Of course, no individualized stats on the pitcher card. And one thing I will say as I'm looking at this is it's looking a little bit weird with my board how big these cards are. It's kind of giving me some problems with setting everything up as I'm looking on here. Anyway, first we got to check to see if there's anything happening on the base path. It would help to remember that. Nothing happening on the 7, and they're not... they aren't going to hold Young at first. Actually, I think they are going to hold Young at first. He's got a 20 on the first steal rating, so they aren't going to take any chances here. Let's see if Young gets the jump, and I'll make sure I throw in the D20 for Boston pickoffs as well. Nothing happening there. Young is going to stay put. Cahill gets the sign from Montero. 3-1 Dodgers, bottom of the second. Cahill will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 4-4, which will be against a Capuano bats Of course, there's no indication of what side he bats on. Do we assume it's just the same that he throws and bat, that they throw and bat on the same side? That's what I'm going to go with for now. So a 4, that's a 4-4, which is going to be a ground ball to shortstop on an X play. Joy. All right, so I need my fielding range chart, which is actually back here. Oh, what? Not in the pitcher card. I'm not seeing it on the... I'm not seeing it in the left corner on the pitcher card, Ben. That's where I'm looking for it. Oh, 1WL. Okay, I'm an idiot on that. He does bat lefty. All right, where was I? Oh, yes, a 4-4 was going to be a ground ball to shortstop on the X. So the shortstop for the Diamondbacks is... Where the hell is my lineup sheet? Here we are. Gregorius, his range is a 1, so he's really good at this. We'll get that out. That's a 17. He will get to that easily. That's a G1. Now we check for errors. That's a 10 on an error rating for Gregorius of a 22. Shortstop, 22. That was a 10. No error there. So, all right, so that's an S. We've established that was an S1, I believe. That's a G1. So on a G1, no error. So run around first. Infield was at double play depth, which is basically back. So it's a, looks like it's going to be a 4-6-3 double play, and the Diamondbacks are going to get out of the inning. So bear with me on that. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at here, Ben. G1, and there was no error or range play, so presumably we go to the bases chart. With a runner on first, I'm seeing DP43. So actually that was going to be, that should be a 6-4-3 double play. And the side will be retired. But what an inning for the Dodgers. So that's going to be a G, right, that should be a G6A. That's what I'm trying to get to here. What an inning for the Dodgers, though. 3 runs on 4 hits, a stolen base, and 2 homers. A 2-run variety by A.J. Ellis, and a solo shot by Juan Uribe to make the score 3-1 Dodgers after 2. Stepping into the batter's box now for the first time, we've got Trevor Cahill, who is a right-handed batter. All right, let me just catch up with chat real quick. Okay. Nothing happening there. Capuano will look in at Ellis for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 2-8, which is going to come off of come off of the pitcher card, and that's going to be a strikeout. Yeah, I did it. Don't forget, Ben, I did a lot of payoff pitch, so this is feeling very different to me for obvious reasons. Given that I spent like 3 months of my baseball career with payoff pitch for my 91 replay. And here's Pollock. Pollock today is 1 for 1 actually with a double. Capuano looking into Ellis for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 2-8, which is coming off of Pollock's card against a left-handed pitcher. 2-8, that's going to be popped out to third base. Getting under that one for the Dodgers is going to be Uribe. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 2. Two down, and here's Gregorius. Gregorius today is 0 for 1. All right, Capuano looking in at Capuano, looking in at Ellis for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 1-9 against a left-handed pitcher. 1-9 is going to be a double into center field. And stepping into the batter's box once again is Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt today is 0 for 1. We'll see if there's anything happening on the base paths. I can imagine that. Hopefully everything goes well for you, Jester. Take care, and I'll catch you later. Hopefully for the war room today. Anywho, we'll check to see if there's anything happening on the base paths. There is not, and they're not going to worry about holding Gregorius at second base. Capuano will look into Ellis for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 4-10, which will come off of Capuano's card. 4-10 against a right-handed batter. That's going to be a fly ball into left field. Actually, that's a fly ball into center field. And I believe the Dodgers get out of the inning either way. So that should be an F8. And that should retire the side. Nothing across except the Diamondback. Nothing across for the Diamondbacks except for the double. And we'll get ready for the bottom of the third. Hopefully I'm not making too much of a mess with this game today. Oop. I keep minimizing OBS. Anyway, leading off the bottom of the third for the Dodgers is Crawford. Crawford today is 0 for 1. That should be a G6. All right, moving it back in a digital diamond. Cahill will get the sign from Montero. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 6-7 against a left-handed batter, so 6-7. That's a 19, and Crawford will lead off with a base hit, and Cahill just cannot get out of his own way today from the looks of it. Catching up with that. There we go. Punto will step into the batter's box now. Punto today is 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. I'm actually going to try to stop worrying about double play depth. I know it's not a thing in Strat, but it's such an ingrained habit from inside pitch that I have a hard time breaking that. They're not going to worry about... they're going to hold Crawford, actually. First, we'll see if anything's happening on the base paths. That's a 2, which I believe is a potential... Is the 2 a passed ball or a wild pitch? Now I've got to see if... Now I've got to remember that. I want to say it's a potential passed ball, but I wouldn't swear to that. 2 is a balk or a passed ball. So we roll a white die. 1 to 3, it's a possible balk. 4, 5, 6 is a possible passed ball. That's a 5, so it's a possible passed ball, which means the catcher is Montero. His passed ball rating, where is that? His passed ball rating is in either case, roll a 20. Refer to the passed ball. Where is the passed ball rating on the card is now my next question. It wouldn't be under where it's labeled for passed ball rating, would it? So it wouldn't just be that PB1 number, because that would make way too much sense. At least that's what I'm going to go with. I believe if it's near the end of the C rating, so apparently it is that PB number, because that would make way too much sense. So if it's less than or equal to, then a balk or passed ball occurs. So it's got to be a 1. That is definitely not a 1. That's an 8. So now we continue with the play as normal. Montero was able to stop that. Now we'll try again with the pitch. So Cahill will get the sign, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 3-4, which will come off of Punto's card against a right-handed pitcher. 3-4, and he's going to strike out on that one. That'll be a swinging strike 3. Okay. Let me just enter that in Digital Diamond. This might have been a bad idea of trying to learn both Digital Diamond and Strat at the same time, but I definitely want to get the feel for both, so yes, I'm going to end up with a very slow plotting stream, but probably can't help that. Anyway, here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez today is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. First we'll see if there's anything on the base path. Nothing going on in the 16. Cahill gets the sign from Montero, and he will pitch. That's going to be a 1-12, which will be against a right-handed pitcher. 1-12 is a ground ball to second base, and we have to check for an injury. So G6A should be a double play. G6A, yep, that'll be a double play on that. I'm not going to worry about injuries during an exhibition game. If this is during the playoffs, then I would worry about that. But since this is an exhibition game, and during an exhibition game, I'm not going to bother with injuries. Anyway, that will retire the side, so let me get the quick recap in. So that's a 6-4-3 double play. And that will retire the side. Nothing across except the single. Score remains 3-1 Dodgers after 3. Anyway, the ramble as I'm setting up. During exhibition games, I don't worry about injuries. During the regular season, it'll be game day only injuries. But during the playoffs, injuries will be full time on that. Just catching up with chat. That's what I'm trying to remember, Jester. A is a double play, B being fielder's choice. And the C, so A is double play, B fielder's choice, C is essentially the sacrifice. And that's part of why I'm leaning toward Digital Diamond, Ben, is that you can use it for any other platform. Anyway, Capuano will finish up his warm-up tosses, and leading off the top of the 4th for the Diamondbacks is Cody Ross. Ross is 0 for 1. Capuano gets the sign from Ellis. He will set. And here's the pitch. All right, that's going to be a 4-5 coming off against a right-handed batter. 4-5. That's going to be a called strike 3 on the outside corner. So tabbing back into Digital Diamond. I think I'll probably just catch up with chat in between half innings. That's how we'll do that, so I can have this flow a little bit better. Stepping into the batter's box now is Montero. He has a single, and he scored the Diamondbacks' only run today. Capuano will look into Ellis for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 1-8 against a left-handed pitcher, so a 1-8. That's going to be another strikeout as he'll swing through the high heat on that one, and that will be out number 2. And stepping into the batter's box now is Prado. Prado today is 1 for 1 with a single. Capuano looking into Ellis for the sign, and somehow I managed to catch that flying D6. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 3-6 against a left-handed pitcher. 3-6. That's going to be too high. That'll be grounded to second. Getting to that one for the Dodgers is going to be Punto, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Diamondbacks in the top of the 4th. You put that in Digital Diamond. And we'll get ready for the bottom of the 4th. I'll catch up with chat while Cahill gets his warm-up tosses in. Nothing happening there. Thank you for stopping by on this Saturday morning, by the way. I know it's a very weird time for most of you. Stepping into the batter's box now is Matt Kemp. Kemp today is 1 for 1 with a single and a stolen base, and he scored the first Dodgers run of the day. Cahill gets the sign from Montero. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 3-6, which is against a right-handed pitcher. 3-6, and that's going to be ball 4. Kemp will get on with the first walk either team has given up today. Putting that in. There we are. And here's Ethier. Ethier today is 0 for 1. Infield will go to double play depth. See if there's anything happening on the base paths. There is not on the 4. And the infield, actually, they are going to try to hold Kemp at first, especially since he already burned them once. So let's see what happens on... Let's see if anything happens here on the base pass. See if he can get the jump. 7. No, he can't get the jump, and he's going to stay put. So Cahill gets the sign from... So Cahill will get the sign from Montero, and now I am throwing dice everywhere. Cahill will set, and here's the pitch. Let's see, that's going to be a 4-7, and that's going to be actually against a left-handed batter. A 4-7. It's actually going to be a strikeout. Good thing I was looking at the right. Good thing I realized, wait a second, that's not a right-handed batter. So Cahill will actually get a called third strike on that one, trying to get himself a little bit out of trouble. And here's Ellis. Ellis today is 1 for 1 with a 2-run bomb. We'll see if anything's happening on the base paths in this one. So there should be 1 out in the inning. It would help if I move the tracker over. See if anything's happening on the base paths. Nothing going on the 15. Kemp still being held at second. Cahill will get the sign from Montero. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 3-5 against a right-handed pitcher. 3-5. That's a 10, and that's going to be a base hit with two base advancements. So Kemp should get to third on the play, I believe. So that's going to be a 1B star. So I should end up with Kemp at third. Let's just see if that cooperates with me and does what I want it to. Yes, it does. Perfect. So Kemp makes it to third, Ellis to second, and here's Uribe. Uribe today is 1 for 1 with a solo homer of his own. We'll see if anything is happening on the base paths. Nothing happening on the base paths. He will get the sign. Cahill will get the sign from Montero. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 5-11 against a right-handed batter. 5-11. That's going to be ball 4, and the bases are full of Dodgers. That is a problem. The Dodgers suddenly have the option, suddenly have a lot of power coming to the plate. Here's Michael Young. Young today is 1 for 1. Just catching up on my score sheet. And now he's 1 for 1 with a single, and the infield's got to play in on this one. We'll see if anything's happening on the base paths. Nothing happening on the 6. Nobody is going anywhere. Bases are full of Dodgers. Dodger Stadium on their feet, hoping for a big hit. Cahill gets the sign from Montero. He will set, and here's the pitch. Let's see, that's going to be a 6-6, which is against a right-handed batter. And Cahill is going to find a slider missing the zone, and Kemp will trot to the plate. Yowza. Bad situation if you're a Dodger fan. As the score is now 4-1 in favor of the Dodgers. Stadium cheers. Yay! Of course, now you've got Chris Capuano stepping into the batter's box. Capuano is 0 for 1. He hit into a double play. So maybe not the guy you want coming to the plate with the bases full of Dodgers, and the infield is playing in on this one. So Cahill looking into Montero for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 2-10. That is going to be another ball 4. And yes, there is still, let me just double check Digital Diamond. There's still 1 out in the inning, and Cahill just walked in another run. And once I finish updating this, we're going to have activity in the Diamondbacks bullpen. So we should still end up with the bases full of Dodgers. So, yep, here we go. All right, so Uribe to third, Young to second, Capuano to first, and it is now 5-1 in favor of the Dodgers. Crawford is in the batter's box. Crawford is 1 for 2, and we're going to get activity in the Diamondbacks bullpen. They want some long relief here, I'm thinking. They're going to bring in... They're going to get David Hernandez warming up in the bullpen. I still don't know what's worse. Walk the pitcher with the bases loaded, or remember, Ben, I did have that play in the 91 NLCS between the Dodgers and the Pirates where, see you later, Jester. I did have that play where the Dodgers, where Mike Morgan actually gave up the leadoff, the double to Doug Drabek with 2 outs in the top of the 5th to give the Pirates their first run, and that was when the Pirates won the pennant. Anyway, see if anything's happening on the base paths. Nothing going on the 19. Cahill gets a sign from Ellis. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 6-8. 6-8 against the left-handed batter. That's going to be a ground ball to second base X. So let's get another range play going on here. All right, second baseman for the Diamondbacks is Aaron Hill. His range is a 3. So let's see what happens here. Oop, come on. Let's see, a 19. That's going to be a G1. So now we need, right, yes, second base. Right, so Hill's error rating is a 4. We'll see if anything happening there. Range is downgraded by 1. Okay, that would be good to know. So his range would actually be a 4 or a 2. I think we said 1 is better, 5 is worse, or do I have that backwards? So I'll re-roll the range once we get that straight. I want to say his range would go to a 4 if it's being down. Yeah, looking at this chart, I think it goes to 4 if it's being downgraded. So we'll re-roll that. That's a 16. That'll actually be a G2, which could make a difference. All right, so a G4 going to what did we say? Second base. All right, his error rating is a 4. So that I don't think it's downgraded. That's a 9, so nothing happening there. That was a... Yeah, it didn't end up mattering too much. So a G2 with the bases loaded. So the infield in, which means Uribe is actually going to be thrown out at the plate. Crawford will reach on the fielder's choice. So that seems like it's going to be a G6, is a G4B, I think. Yeah, G4B. So let's put that into Digital Diamond. We should end up with the bases still loaded, but now 2 outs. The infield will play back on that one. Yes. Okay, so that's where we ended up here. Wait, hold on. Something's not right here. We ended up with a runner scoring? No, we shouldn't have ended up with a run scoring. We should have ended up with... Hold on, I gotta back this up. Because we should have ended up with... Uribe thrown out at the plate, and I think the base is still loaded. Something didn't work right there. So bear with me. See some rolls, changing those ground balls to singles. With the infield in. Oh, probably the pound signs. Okay, so I think you're looking at the pound signs here, where it's changing based on the infield in. Is that what I'm understanding from what you're telling me, Ben? So G6-2. Let me try that. Because like I said, I should end up with the bases still loaded, but 2 out. There we go. Okay. Now that we got that minor derp sorted out, actually it was a G4-2, but technically we end up at the same place. Now that we got that figured out, 2 outs in the inning, and stepping into the batter's box is still Punto. Punto is 0 for 2. Dodgers have almost managed to bat around here. Perfect. All right, see if anything happens on the base paths. That's a 2, which I believe we established was a balk or a passed ball. All right, that's a possible passed ball. So Montero's passed ball rating is a 1. He will keep that from getting by him, but only just. And now we'll roll the at-bat. That's a 5-8, coming against a switch left, 5-8. Uh-oh, that's going to be trouble. That's going to be a base hit with 2-runner advancement. And I have a feeling that's going to be it for... That seems like it's going to be it for Trevor Cahill. So we should end up with Young and Capuano... Young and Capuano scoring. Crawford, I think, is going to end up at third. And Punto should be at first. Let me just make sure I've got this right. Yep, Crawford to third. So Young and Capuano score. Crawford makes third. Punto's at first. And it is now 7-1 in favor of the Dodgers. 7-1 Phoenix. Stadium cheers. Yay. But that is most definitely going to be it for Cahill. He had a miserable day. I did the pass ball check already. We got that straight. All right, so we're getting the hook for Cahill here. This will be one nice thing once I get Digital Diamond and or Replay down is I won't have to worry about compiling stats. Let's see. I'm trying to remember how... Oh, I think we clicked on Cahill down here. Come on. There we go. All right, bench coach, who are they saying to bring in? Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. So I'll go find in the bullpen. There we go. David Hernandez. He's going to be the 9 spot. Let's see. Okay, we should be all set there. So David Hernandez is going to come in to pitch. 5-6 with a 4.48 ERA, 62 innings pitched, 50 hits, 24 walks, 66 strikeouts, 10 homers in 2013. He's going to be charged with trying to stop the carnage here. All right, good to know on that. Anyway, coming into the batter's box now should be Adrian Gonzalez, who is 0 for 2 today. We've got runners on the corners with 2 out. Strategy roll. That's a 5. Nothing happening there. Hernandez looking into Montero for the sign, trying to keep the carnage to a minimum for the Diamondbacks, although it's already been a pretty ugly 4th. Hernandez will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 6-8 against a left-handed batter. 6-8. That'll be a much-needed strikeout, and that should get the Diamondbacks out of the inning, but a little bit too late. So that'll be a 6-8. Was a called strike 3. But what an inning for the Dodgers. 3 runs, actually 4 runs it looks like on... No, wait, hold on. Something's not right. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6. Looks like we did have 4 runs come in. I don't remember where the other one came from. We'll go with it though. Dodgers lead 7-1 after 4. Let's see. I'm trying to remember if I've got I think the order goes something like that. Okay. think we are... Yeah, I do... Okay, if you do as played replay, you play day-to-day, it does the daily transaction changes. So when you look at your bench, it's the actual available players, and use that for replays. Good to know. But remember, I think I've talked about this before, when I do my replays, I won't be using Digital Diamond every day. I'll be using... It'll be the featured game in whatever system, and then it'll be fast played. The rest of it will be fast played via Fast Score. Stepping into the batter's box here is Geraldo Parra. He's 0 for 1. Capuano still has got to be feeling mighty good about himself, being staked now to a 7-1 lead. Capuano will get the sign from Ellis. He will set, and here's the pitch. Let's go with a 6-3 against a left-handed batter. 6-3 is going to be a ground ball right back to the pitcher on another range check. So going to the pitcher, once I find the right chart here. Here we go, pitcher X chart. All right, so Capuano's range is a 2. That's a 4, and that's barely going to be a G3. Check for an error. His error rating is a 0. No problem there. He'll make the play, and that'll be out number 1. And here's Hill. Here's Hill stepping into the batter's box. Hill today is 0 for 1. Capuano will get the sign from Ellis. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 5-5 against a right-handed batter. 5-5 is going to be a ground ball over to third. Getting to that for the Dodgers is going to be Uribe. He'll make the play, and that's out number 2. And now Hernandez, fortunately he hits off a pitcher hitting card 1, so that at least makes that easy. And as usual, no individualized batting stats for the pitchers. Capuano gets the sign from Ellis. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be 2-11. 2-11, that's going to be a ground ball over to second. Picking that one up for the Dodgers is going to be Punto. He'll make the play, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Diamondbacks here in the top of the 5th. And I forgot to move my normal indicator, my indicator at the top of the screen. Stepping into the batter's box to lead off for, hold on, I should have Gonzalez leading off. Did I miss something here? Hang on. Being set to hit is Gonzalez. What had happened with Punto? Hang on. Oh, did I click that and that's what happened? I think I forgot to enter in, so that looks like a... Okay, so that was a single for Punto, which is probably how the other run scored, and then Gonzalez struck out. Okay. All right, now that we've got that all sorted out, now leading off is Kemp. Kemp today is 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. All right, catching up with chat real quick. Okay, still all quiet there. Once again, thank you guys for joining me on a Saturday morning to watch me fumble through this Strat-O-Matic game. Hernandez gets the sign from Montero. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 1-9 against a right-handed pitcher. 1-9, and Kemp's going to go down on strikes. That'll be a swinging... He'll swing through the curveball for strike 3. And I forget, you can't use KS or KC. Again, narrative detail. And here's Ethier stepping into the batter's box. Ethier today is 0 for 2. Hernandez, let's move the batting peg over. Hernandez gets the sign from Montero. He will set, and here's the pitch. Hernandez with a 5-7. That's a 7 on the D20, so that's going to be lined right to third base, and putting up his glove in self-defense for the Diamondbacks will be Prado as the ball slams into it for the second out of the inning. And here's Ellis with 2 outs. Ellis today is 2 for 2 with a single and a 2-run homer. Hernandez looking into Montero for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 3-9 against a right-handed pitcher. 3-9. And that's a 15. Ellis is going to extend the inning with a double. The Diamondbacks just cannot get out of their own way, and Ellis is now a triple short of the cycle. Here's Uribe in the bat. Actually, wait. Oh, I forgot to enter it in Digital Diamond. Duh. Okay, now that I'm done being a dolt on that front, here's Uribe. 1 for 1 with a homer and a walk. We'll see if anything's happening on the base paths. Although an inside pitch, the strategy rolls would definitely be off at this point. See if anything's happening there. Nothing on the 19. Ellis is staying put. Hernandez gets a sign from Montero. Actually, that would be strike 1, I think, on Hernandez as far as fatigue goes. Excuse me. So he came in here. So yeah, I think that would be strike 1 on his fatigue. So I'm going to get a D6 out for that so I can track his... Actually, what am I doing? I'm going to grab a spin down so I can track his fatigue. So that's strike 1 on Ellis. Or not on Ellis, on Hernandez. But the KL for strikeout looking, or KC would be called third strike, is how I do that. Relief rating for Hernandez in parentheses is a 1. So I believe what that means is through his first inning, he's fine. At least that's how I understand this. I'm not exactly clear on relief pitching. Relief pitchers in Strat is not exactly something I'm completely clear on, but we'll go with it being strike 1 for now. Uribe will get the sign, or Uribe will wait for the pitch. Hernandez will set, and here comes the deal. That's going to be a 1-4, which against a right-handed pitcher, 1-4, that's going to be a ground ball over to third. Allowed 3 outs before I start assessing strikes. Well, this would have been his third. Actually, the line out to third was his third out. All right, so where was I? Oh, yes, Uribe with a 1-4 against a righty. Okay, that was grounded to third. And that will retire the side. Nothing across except the double for the Dodgers. Score remains 7-1 LA after 5. We'll let Digital Diamond catch up. And then Capuano is also subject to fatigue as well. Stepping into the batter's box for the top of the 6th is Pollock. Pollock today is 1 for 2 with a double. Catching up with chat real quick. Okay. We are in the top of the 6th now. Hopefully, once I get a few more games with Digital Diamond under my belt, this will go a lot more smoothly. I was going to stream APA Baseball last night, but by the time I got done with my prep, I'd kind of run out of time. Plus, I had to set this up for today anyway, so I just ended up tearing down APA to set this up. Anyway, Capuano looking into Ellis for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 2-12 against the left-handed pitcher, and that's a ground ball over to short. Picking that one up for the Dodgers is Young, and that will be out number 1. And here's Gregorius. Gregorius today is 1 for 2 with a double of his own. Capuano trying to keep the damage here to a minimum. He will get the sign from Ellis. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 3-5 against the left-handed pitcher, and that's going to be a swinging third strike as he swings through a slider that's out of the zone. Right. Let's remember to put the scores in. So we established KS. 2 outs, and here's Goldschmidt stepping into the batter's box. Goldschmidt today is 0 for 2, right? Yes. All right, Capuano looking in at Goldschmidt for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. All right, that's a 6-7. 6-7 against a right-handed batter. 6-7 is going to be another strikeout in Capuano. Actually, I was going to say strikes out the side, but no. That'll be a called third strike as he catches the outside corner, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Diamondbacks in the top of the 6th. We are going to get some activity in the Diamondbacks bullpen, as starting to warm up now is going to be J.J. Putz is going to start off the bottom of the 6th. Is Michael Young. Young today is 1 for 1. We're actually going to get some activity in the Dodger bullpen as well because the pitcher's due up second. Starting to warm up for the Dodgers is going to be... I don't necessarily need the closer for this. They're going to get... Let's see, who do the Diamondbacks have coming up? They have righty, lefty, righty. They're going to get a lefty warming up. They're going to get J.P. Howell warming up are the Dodgers. Catching up with chat real quick. That's what I'm trying to tell myself, Ben, especially not only with this game, but even more with inside pitch. Because you remember my stream last time I tried to stream inside pitch, and I just had a total fit with that. Anyway, Hernandez will get the sign from Montero. He will set, and here's the pitch. We're going to go with a 5-9 against a right-handed batter. 5-9. That's a 1, and toodaloo, another baseball. Boom! High, deep, gone. Home run, Michael Young. We'll let Digital Diamond catch up as we now make the score 8-1 in favor of the Dodgers. Stadium cheers. Yay! And that will be it for... That'll be it for Chris Capuano. He's done a... Actually, is he going to bat? Or is that going to be it for Capuano? I think that is going to be it for Capuano. He's done a great job today. So let's get a pinch hitter ready. We'll see who we want. No. Let's see who we want to have pinch hit for. No, that's not what I want to do either. Oh, it's probably a button here for pinch hit. Derp. Okay. Yeah, I did see RJL's video with the new version 4 of Inside Pitch. I'm not completely sure how I feel about those yet. I don't think I'll be able to pass judgment on that until I get my hands dirty with the new changes for Inside Pitch, with the new changes. Because after that stream of Inside Pitch that I did, that's kind of where I initiated what I'm calling my Inside Pitch Purge. And now I'm starting to swap out some of my Inside Pitch seasons into the collection. Coming into pinch hit for the Dodgers is going to be... Is that how I do this? Here we go. No. Oh, I gotta select who's pinch hitting. All right, pinch hitting for the Dodgers is going to be Mark Ellis. 270 average, 6 homers, 48 RBI in 2013. That'll be 2 fatigue points on Hernandez. 1 more, and he's going to be out of the game. Hernandez will get the sign from Montero. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 4-8. Let me grab my pen. Actually, grab my tweezers instead. 4-8. It's going to be a much-needed strikeout. That'll be a called third strike. And that will be out number 1. And pinch hit 6th. Okay. Stepping into the batter's box now is Crawford. Crawford today is 1 for 2 with a single. Hernandez with 1 out in the inning. Hernandez will get the sign from Montero. excuse me, Putz is ready to come in. Hernandez will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 3-6 against a righty. 3-6. It's going to be popped out to first base. Getting under that one for the Diamondbacks is Goldschmidt. He'll make the play, and that's out number 2. They're trying to get Hernandez out of the inning. And here's Punto. Punto today is 1 for 3 with a single. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Hernandez looks in at Montero for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 4-3, and against a switch left, 4-3. That's a 7. That's going to be a double for Punto, and that's definitely going to be the hook for Hernandez. The Diamondbacks have seen way more than enough of him today. So yes, they have seen enough of Hernandez, and coming into pitch will be the aforementioned J.J. Putz. 3-1 with a 2.36 ERA, 34 innings pitched, 26 hits, 17 walks, 38 strikeouts, and 4 homers in 2013. So let me get that put in. Oh, right. I keep forgetting you've got to click it down here. So D. Hernandez, we're going to go get J.J. Putz. All right, so there we are. He's going in at the 9 spot. Okay. Now we let that load up. All right, so he's coming in with Gonzalez in the batter's box. Gonzalez today is 0 for 3. Dodgers have definitely taken command of this one, and they're now holding a pretty firm 8-1 lead. We'll see if the lead stays safe here, though. Putz will get the sign from Montero. Actually, we got to see if there's anything happening on the base paths. Not on the 3. That was close, though. They're not going to worry about holding Montero or Punto at second. Putz will get the sign from Montero. Here's the pitch. Let's go with a 2-9 against a right-handed pitcher. 2-9 is going to be popped out to short, and that should end the inning. Let's put that in Digital Diamond. So what did we say? P 2-9 against a righty is a P6. Okay. Now that we've got that straight. That will do it for the Dodgers in the inning. 1 run being a solo blast. Score is now 8-1 LA after 6. Let's make sure we've got the lineups all straight. Capuano came out of the game. Coming into pitch is going to be J.P. Howell for the Dodgers. Wait. I got to make sure I do this in the right... Yep, okay. So we want J.P. Howell coming in. Once I find him, where is he? There we are. I was going to say he's not an actual starter. Okay. There we go. All right, and he will be charged with the middle of the Diamondbacks order. Stepping into the batter's box now is Cody Ross. He's 0 for 2. Howell. Let's make sure we adjust everything here. All right. Now Howell will get the sign from Ellis. He will set, and here's the pitch. Let's go with a 3-4 against a... 3-4 is going to be against a left-handed pitcher. And that's a ground ball over to second. Picking that one up for the Dodgers is going to be Punto. He'll make the play, and that's out number 1. Stepping into the batter's box now is Montero. Montero today is 1 for 2 with a single. Howell will get the sign from... Actually, let me finish entering this. Howell will get the sign from Ellis. He will stretch, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 5-7 against a left-handed batter. 5-7 is going to be a called third strike as a curveball catches the corner for strike 3, and that's out number 2. Two outs, and here's Martin Prado in the batter's box. Prado today is 1 for 2 with a single. Howell looks into Ellis for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 5-3 against a right-handed batter, and that's a base hit into left field. So that's going to get out of the infield. And Prado will be on with a 2-out single. Here's Parra. Parra today is 0 for 2. We'll see if anything's happening on the base paths. I think they're going to hold Prado at the bag. Nothing going on there. Prado's not going to try to get the jump in a 7-run game. Howell will look in at... So this is actually his first inning so fatigue is not going to be a thing yet. Howell will look in at Ellis for the sign, and he will pitch. That's going to be a 5-9 against the lefty. 5-9 is going to be a called third strike on the outside corner, and that will end the inning. Nothing across except the single, and it is still 8-1 LA as we head into the bottom of the 7th. I could try to get a stretch in here, but I want to keep things flowing. So Parra going there. Putz came in. Right, he came in with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Okay. Now that we've got that sorted out, leading off the bottom of the 7th is Matt Kemp. Kemp today is 1 for 2 with... Oh, right. He's 1 for 2 with a... He's 1 for 2 with a single today. It was taking me a little bit to figure out what I was looking at on his score sheet. You just catch up with chat real quick. Yep, catch you later, Ben. Sorry this has been a slow and very putsy stream today. Anyway, we'll step back into the batter's box here at Dodger Stadium. Putz will get the sign from Montero. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 4-9. Grab my tweezers. 4-9 against a right-handed batter. And that's going to be ball 4. Putz leads off the inning by walking Kemp. The infield will move to double play. Wait, something's not right here. Looks like I did it again. Right, so that's a walk. And here's Ethier as the infield moves to double play depth. Ethier today is 0 for 3. Infield will move to double play depth. I really wish this printed out the score sheets for you so I didn't have to worry about keeping that on paper. Anything happening on the base paths? Not on the 8th. They are going to hold Kemp at first, but he's not going to try to get the jump in a 7-run game anyway. At this point, it almost feels like overkill. So Putz will look into Montero for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. We're going with a 4-6 against a left-handed batter. 4-6 is a much-needed strikeout. That'll be a called third strike as a slider catches the outside corner for strike 3. One out in the inning, and here's Ellis. Ellis today is 3 for 3 with a single, a double, and a homer. He is a triple short of the cycle. Anything happening on the base paths? The one says there's something crazy going on there. I believe that's a potential wild pitch, if I remember correctly. Yes, a possible wild pitch. So Putz's wild pitch rating is a 20. Uh-oh. So he's probably going to uncork one here. It's less than or equal to the wild pitch. Yep. That's a wild pitch, so Kemp will move up to second on the wild pitch. least that should be what happens here. Yep. Okay. So now we'll re-roll on, see if anything new is happening. Not on the 17. Putz suddenly looking at a runner on second now with one out. Putz will get the sign, and here's the pitch. They are holding Kemp, by the way. That's going to be a 6-6, which will be a right-handed batter, so a 6-6. That's going to be a ground ball to third base. So picking that one up for the Diamondbacks is Strat-O. I believe on a G6A, runners hold. So we should be at 2 outs and Kemp's still at second. Yep. All right. 2 outs, and here's Uribe. Uribe today is, so that was a G6 we established. Uribe today is 1 for 2 with a walk and a homer. Let's check to see if anything's happening on the base paths. Nothing on the 20. Putz in a bit of a jam with Kemp at second. They are holding Kemp, but he's not bothering to try to steal here. Uribe waits for the pitch as Putz gets the sign, and he's now subject to fatigue. So Putz will get the sign, and here's the pitch. In the column. All right, so that's going to be a 3-6 against he's against a right-handed pitcher, a 3-6. That's going to be a base hit, and Kemp should score. So 1B ***. I should end up with... All right, Kemp advanced on the wild pitch, so I should end up with... Yep, Kemp scores. And that will make the score now 9-1 in favor of the Dodgers. Stadium cheers. Yay! And here's Young. Young having quite the day. He's 2 for 2 with a two-run homer. With a two-run homer? No, I think just a one-run homer. Oh, he probably drove one in on the walk. That's probably what happened. Anything happening on the strategy? One says a possible wild pitch, so Putz is not having a good day. That is another wild pitch, and Uribe will find himself on second. We'll get some activity in the Diamondbacks bullpen, as starting to warm up for the Diamondbacks will be... It's going to be Heath Bell starting to warm up for the Diamondbacks. That's the second wild pitch that Putz has thrown in this game. We'll re-roll the strat once I get back over to the tower. Nothing happening on the 14. Putz in a bit of a jam here. He's thrown 2 wild pitches this inning. Putz will get the sign from Montero. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 3-8. So a 3 against a righty. 3-8. That's a base hit, and Putz, and they're definitely getting the hook for Putz after that. That was a dreadful performance by J.J. Putz. So Young's going to drive in another run after Uribe made it to second on the wild pitch. And it is now 10-1 in favor of the Dodgers. Once I get everything adjusted. Stadium cheers. Yay! And they're going to I think they're going to get the hook for Howell as well here. Actually, are they going to get the hook for Howell? They are going to let him bat, actually. So here's J.P. Howell, but they are getting the hook for Putz after that inning. Oop, no, we don't want anything here yet. I can't. Okay, looks like I got to click out with that blank. Good. So now we're going to get the hook for J.J. Putz, who's had a terrible outing. And coming into pitch, once I click in the right place. Coming into pitch. Actually, he's the closer. I don't think we want him coming in then. Although they're not going to need the closer in this game. Let's see if we can bring Matt Reynolds in instead to pitch for the Diamondbacks. Oh, I just overshot him. There's Matt Reynolds. We'll go into the 9 spot. There we go. All right, Matt Reynolds will come into pitch. 0-2 with a 1.98 ERA, 27 innings pitched, 25 hits, 5 walks, 23 strikeouts, 2 homers in 2013. And Howell, looking in at the batter's box, seeing if anything's happening with Young on the base paths, the 16 says no. Reynolds will get the sign from Montero. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 1-2, which will be a line out to short, and that should retire the side. So I believe the command for that is going to be Lomax 6. So that should be just a line out to short, in this case, to retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits, and a walk, and 2 wild pitches. Score is now 10-1 LA after 7. Howell with another full inning to go before he becomes subject to fatigue. The Diamondbacks need this game to run about another 2 hours in length. Probably to have anything resembling a chance. Stepping into the batter's box here is Aaron Hill. Hill today is 0 for 1 with an RBI. He must have driven somebody. Oh, I think he drove somebody in on a fielder's choice. Is probably what happened. Or sacrifice fly. That's what happened. Howell with a 10-1 lead. He will get the sign. He will set. And here's the pitch. 3-5. Let's see. Against a left-handed pitcher, 3-5 is going to be a strikeout. That'll be a 3-5 will be a swinging third strike as he swings through the high heat for strike 3. First out, and here comes Matt Reynolds to the batter's box. He bats off a pitcher hitting card 1 as well, so that makes life very easy all around. Howell will get the sign from Ellis, and here's the pitch. 4-7. Grabbing my tweezers, 4-7 against a left-handed batter. It's going to be another strikeout. That'll be a called third strike on the outside corner. 2 outs. And here's Pollock. Pollock today is 1 for 3 with a double. Howell gets the sign from Ellis. You make sure the video still looks good. I've been having some problems with this camera cable. Looks like we're all good there. Howell will set, and here's the pitch. 1-8 is going to be against the left-handed pitcher. 1-8 is going to be a ground ball over to short. Picking that one up is going to be Young. He'll make the play, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Diamondbacks in the top of the 8th. As we get ready now for the bottom of the 8th. Matt Reynolds came in the... Right, he came in with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Leading off the bottom of the 8th for the Dodgers is Crawford. Crawford today is 1 for 4 with a single. Reynolds will get the sign from Montero. He will set, and here's the pitch. 6-8 against a left-handed batter. 6-8 is going to be a called third strike. And here's Punto in the batter's box. Punto today is 1 for 4. Reynolds gets the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 4-6. 4-6 against a switch right. That's going to be a base hit into center field. Punto, the center fielder, is... They're not going to try to advance. They're not going to worry about that. This is already a 9-run game. Dodgers don't need to pour this on. Stepping into the batter's box now is Gonzalez. Infield will go to double play depth. Gonzalez today having a quiet day with the bat in his hands. He's 0 for 4. Infield will go to double play depth. We'll see if anything's happening on the base paths. It is not on the 9. They're gonna hold Punto to the bag. Reynolds will get the sign. He will stretch, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 5-3 against a left-handed batter. 5-3 is going to be a ground ball to the pitcher on an X. So that's going to be a 1 pitcher. Here we go. All right, Reynolds' range is a 3. 17. Looks like he'll get to that one, but let's see what happens on the possible error. His error rating is a 0. That's an 11. On a 0, no problem there. So on a G1, that should be a double play. No problem there. Yep, that will be a 1-4-3 double play, and that should retire the side. Let me just put that in. Getting that into digital diamond, so I should end up with the top of the 9th. So that'll be a G1. That'll be a G1A. Put that in G1A. That should be the command that I want here. Yep. Okay. Nice quiet inning for the Dodgers as 1-2-3 go the Dodgers. Nothing across except the hit. Score remains 10-1 LA after 8. But will we see some 9th inning magic? God, I hope not, because this stream's been long enough already. I apologize. Once again, thank you guys for coming by, and I apologize that it's been a very slow and plodding stream this morning. Anyway, getting set for the top of the 9th. As we're looking at the top of the Diamondbacks order, Howell should still be able to pitch, right? No, actually, he's going to be subject to fatigue, so we do want to keep an eye on that. We'll get some activity in the Dodger bullpen, though, just in case something goes haywire. We'll get... we don't need Kenley Jansen today. We'll get Ronald Belisario warming up in the Dodger bullpen. Howell will look in at Ellis for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 6-3. 6-3 against the left-handed batter. It's going to be a walk. That'll be ball 4. Gregorius will get on with a leadoff walk, and that'll be the first point of fatigue for J.P. Howell. The infield will move to double play depth, as here's Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt today having a pretty bad day at the plate. He is 0 for 3. See if anything's happening on the base paths. The 5 says no. They're going to hold Gregorius at first. Howell will get the sign from Ellis. He will stretch, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 1-6 against a left-handed pitcher. 1-6 is going to be a walk. And suddenly the Diamondbacks have something going on here. Second point of fatigue for Howell. They may be getting the hook for him pretty soon. Stepping into the batter's box now is Cody Ross. Ross today is 0 for 3. I think one more base runner allowed, and they will be getting the hook for Howell. Belisario's ready to come into the game anytime. Strategy roll. Nothing happening on the 9. Howell in a bit of a jam here. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Howell gets the sign from Ellis. He will set, and here's the pitch. Let's see, that's going to be a 2-5. 2-5, that's going to be a ground ball over to third. Ground ball to third ace. That should be a double play. So that should be a 5-4-3, I believe. Gregorius should make third if my math is correct. So let's put that in as a G5A. Just making sure everything works here. Yep, Gregorius makes third, and there are 2 outs in the inning. As the last chance for the Diamondbacks is going to come down to Miguel Montero. Montero today is 1 for 3 with a single, and he scored the lone Diamondbacks run today. Anything happening on the base paths? Whoops. The 2 says potentially, and I think I had a 4 in there, but let me go ahead and re-roll that because that's a potential balk or passed ball. So I'm just going to re-roll that again because I didn't see the 2 in time. 1 is a potential balk. Uh-oh. So we need the D20 for that. Balk is... No. Right, wait. Hold on. Okay, if the 20-sided roll is... Okay, so yeah, wild pitch, potentially. His wild pitch rating is an 11. That's a 6, and that's going to be a wild pitch. So Gregorius will come in to score on the wild pitch. And the score is now... Score is now 10-2, still in favor of the Dodgers. So Gregorius comes in to score. No need to re-roll for the quote-unquote strategy roll. But, let's see, who is that on the mound? That is Howell on the mound. He will get the sign from Ellis, and here's the pitch. Let's see, a 2-12 against a left-handed pitcher. Wow, that's going to be ball 4, and Montero will find himself on. As all of a sudden, we've got the Dodgers now starting to have a terrible outing. And here's Prado in the batter's box. Prado today, though, not having a good day. He's actually 2 for 3 with 2 singles, but that is going to be it for Howell. Coming in to pitch for the Dodgers, once I can find him, is going to be Ronald Belisario. Once it decides to load up, we'll take a look at his stats as he starts to trot in from the bullpen. 5-7 with a 3.97 ERA. 68 innings pitched, 72 hits, 28 walks, 49 strikeouts, and 3 homers, in 2013. His job is to get this game over with. So we'll see how he does that with Prado on the mound, or with Prado at the plate. See if anything's happening on the base paths. The 2 says possible balk or passed ball. So let's see what happens here. Possible balk. His balk rating is a 0, though, so no balk chance. Belisario looking into Ellis for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 6-9 against a right-handed batter. It's a fly ball into right field. Getting under that for the Dodgers is going to be Ethier. He'll take a couple steps in, put out his glove, blop, and the ball falls into it. That's your game. The Los Angeles Dodgers are going to take this exhibition game 10. We're going to take this one 10-2. Final line score ready here for the Dodgers. 10 runs on 13 hits and no errors. For the Diamondbacks, 2 runs on 5 hits and no errors. Let me get the box score here. Yes, the game just got completed. I'm waiting. Okay, here we go. I was going to say it's making it difficult to load, but I just got it. All right, where are my pitchers? It should tell me who my winning and losing pitchers are. Okay, Carl Capuano is going to end up with the win, and Trevor Cahill is going to end up with the loss. And that will do it for this admittedly very long stream of Strat-O-Matic Baseball. I definitely need to spend more time with this game to try to smooth it out. But I did enjoy this one. It actually did feel fairly straightforward. But again, I need to spend some time with it to try to smooth out some of the curves. I don't know where I'd rank it right now. We'll probably have to sit down and have a chat about that a little bit later, because I am also planning on giving away the 500... I'm planning on drawing the 500 giveaway, or 500 subscriber giveaway for cartographers later this afternoon. So you still have some time if you want to enter that. I'm probably going to give that away after Mystical Munchies is uploaded on the channel. But that will do it for this playthrough of Strat-O-Matic Baseball. As I mentioned, later today we're going to have Mystical Munchies on the channel as we're cooking the entree out of the official Ticket to Ride cookbook, making skillet trout. Tomorrow we're finishing up the 2024 Summer of Lovecraft as we play Elder Sign. We do have the win locked up already in Elder Sign, or in the Summer of Lovecraft, so this is just having us looking for the sweep. As for Wednesday, we're stepping back into the Call of Cthulhu universe once again as we play Call of Cthulhu Alone Against the Tide. And I think that is it that's coming up on the channel. Yes. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.